In this video, I'll be sharing with you 10 things that you should not do with your money by going over some of the worst financial decisions that you can make. Now, if you go online and look for things that you should not do with your money so that you can become wealthy, most of the personal finance experts out there are going to tell you that, hey, you have to stop drinking that Starbucks or cancel that Netflix subscription. Because if you don't drink at Starbucks, you'll be able to afford that nice car and that luxury vacation that you dream of. Now, there's definitely some truth to that. If you don't have any savings and you don't have any investments and you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're barely getting by, but at the same time you're going to Starbucks and getting KFC every single Friday, then yeah, you're doing something wrong. You should not be going to Starbucks because you don't have the money. If you do these things that I'm going to talk about, they can really slow down your chance of becoming wealthy. Now, let's look at 10 bad financial decisions that you should avoid making. Number 1. Living a life without a financial budget. You know, most people think the reason why they are facing financial issues right now is because of the amount of money that they are making. They believe that if they make more money, all their financial problems will go away, but this is not so. Stats tell us that 4 out of 10 Americans that are making more than $100,000 a year have no money every single month put aside for savings and their investment because they're living paycheck to paycheck. Even though they make $100,000 a year or more, they don't know how to manage their money. I don't care how much money you make a year. For the majority of individuals, their idea of financial plan is, I make money, I spend money, and then I wonder where all my money went. That's it. I don't want you to be one of those people, so that's why you should subscribe to my channel. Over here, we don't think like the majority. Now, what I want you to do is create a system so that anytime you make $1, you know how much of your money you're going to spend, save, and invest. You can watch my video on how to budget and adopt one of the rules I described. And based on your financial situation, you can always make adjustments to suit your needs. For example, let's look at the 75-15-10 rule, which says for every dollar that you earn, 75 cents is the maximum which you can spend. 15 cents is the minimum that you should be investing, and 10 cents is the minimum you should be saving. If you do that, now all of a sudden, it doesn't matter how much money you're making. You're now using your money in a way that it is going to make you wealthy. Because you're now putting your money towards savings, which is not there to make you wealthy, but it is there to protect you from an emergency. You're also putting some money towards investment, which is there to hopefully make you wealthy as long as you're investing your money the right way. And then you also have money that you can go and spend. Now, this is the money that you can use to go and enjoy your life, buy nice things, and enjoy it whatever way you want to do. Number 2, sacrifice your life or your health for money. I think every person who strives to be financially successful is going to go through this phase. We're going to have to make a lot of sacrifices more than any other time to achieve a desired outcome. But we all need to remember at some point we need to get out of this phase and really look at our own health. There may be times when family and friends will want to have fun, but you have to learn how to manage your time and find a balance. Now, you also have some people who just use this as an excuse not to work hard. Some people are just lazy and they are going to say, oh, I have to balance my life. I have to do this, I have to do that before they accomplish anything. If you want to be super successful in one thing, you're going to have to make a lot of sacrifices. You might not be able to go on vacations. You might not be able to spend money on certain things because you want to save or invest your money for something else. But you also have to remember that there is a balance to life, and at some point, you have to be able to enjoy your life, especially once you start earning the money and start to see that success. Number 3, buying a car you cannot afford. Let's say you get a decent job after college and now you want to splurge on a brand new car. You don't want to go out and buy yourself a new Benz or a Beamer. You just want a nice decent car. So you just go to a car mart and you see a nice car for $20,000. So you buy this car for $20,000. But of course, you don't have $20,000 in your bank. So what do? You finance it. So you finance a $20,000 car. You gotta put $4,000 down, and now it's gonna cost you $500 a month to own this car. But this $500 that you're paying back per month does not include gas, nor insurance, and any other form of maintenance. So let's be really conservative here. Let's assuming that you're going to have a very cheap insurance and you have very little gas. So now you pay $500 per month on your car payment. And let's assume all these other costs such as your gas, your insurance and your maintenance are going to just cost you $100 per month. So you paid $4,000 down to own this car and now you're paying $600 every month to drive the car. But if you really look at the numbers, you're not really driving the car. It looks like the car is driving you. After 5 years, you will pay off your $20,000 plus interest. And then you want to sell this car because now the car might start giving a little bit of problems. So you want to get a new car so you don't have to worry about all of these problems. So let's say you've paid a total of 25 grand for your current car. And now you'll only be able to sell this car for 15 grand. You're going to have to start the process all over again. If you really want to be doing the financially smart thing, then here's what you should be doing. First, don't finance a car. Buy a car that you can afford cash and then invest that monthly payment you're giving to the bank. You already have that $4,000 in cash that you would put towards the down payment. Now, instead of using that $4,000 as a down payment for the $20,000 car, go out and find yourself a nice used car for about $4,000 to $6,000. So now all of a sudden, you have $500 monthly bonus going towards your investment. That $500 a month you were paying towards your car payment, but now you're putting it towards your investment, which will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars of investment in 10 years. Assuming you can get a 10% returns in 20 years, this $500 a month which you were putting towards a car payment, but now you're putting it towards investment, will worth about $375,000 after 20 years. If you don't put this money towards your car payment and invest it, in 30 years you'll have $1 million because you paid yourself instead of the bank. Number 4, not investing your money. You just saw the power of what is possible if you invest your money consistently for long periods of time. If you invest $500 a month every single month for 30 years, and you can get an average returns of say 10%, you'll be a millionaire. But if you save that same amount of money, it will be nowhere close to a millionaire. You will have $180,000 in the bank. Investing money is what makes wealthy people wealthy, and it keeps wealthy people wealthy. Just saving your money is not going to make you wealthy. Your savings are there to protect you from a financial emergency. That's it. You should not be saving your money to become wealthy. I know this can be shocking to many because growing up, all most of us were taught is to save money. But as you can see, this doesn't work at all. The whole idea behind investing your money is that you want to take this money that you are working hard to earn and put it into assets that are going to work hard and make more money for you. Number 5, not having any form of savings. I look at savings differently from my parents and even my grandparents. And probably your grandparents and parents too. I don't look at savings as a way for building wealth. I look at savings as a financial cushion. This is the money that is there to protect you from going into debt if an emergency happens. Because the reality is, emergencies will happen. Just think of your savings like a glass of water. This glass is empty right now. Your money is the water that I want you to fill your glass with just once. Once the glass is filled, your savings are done. You don't have to save any more money because now you have your saving cushion. What you want to do is take all the extra cash that you have and invest it, because investments are what is going to make you wealthy, and your savings are there just to protect you in case of an emergency. You got thirsty and something just went financially wrong. Now hear me out. This financial emergency is not going to be when a TV goes on sale or a designer clothes goes on sale, you go and get it. This emergency is like if your car battery dies and you just have to replace your car battery. That's a financial emergency. Anytime you have some extra cash, you don't want to just keep pouring it in the glass because it's going to overflow and it's going to be a waste. So now you're going to be investing all your extra cash that you got. The amount of money that you're going to save is going to depend on your financial risk tolerance. If you're young with probably little to no responsibilities, then you can have a smaller emergency fund. If you're older, more conservative, have a family like a husband and wife and kids, then you might want to be a bit more financially secure with say an emergency fund of 9 months to a year. Number 6, don't become product rich while you aren't actually rich. If you walk down any major street, one of the things that you'll see are people selling fake branded products like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Chanel purses. Why is everybody selling the same stuff? Well, there must be a reason. There must be a demand for those kind of things, which is why so many people are selling them. People are buying these handbags because they want to show it off. They want to look cool and they want to look rich. We as a people, especially in the spending culture, we have this thing where people want to look rich, and the way they look rich is not by investing our money. So sad, right? The way we look at rich is by looking at nice and expensive things. Things that have a nice name brand on it. So when we walk around with this nice purse, a nice belt, or a nice wallet, people are gonna think that, oh, he must be really successful. Now, let me get this straight. There's nothing wrong with buying nice things, and there's nothing wrong with owning expensive things. I want you to do that. But I want you to be able to afford it first, and I want you to know where your priorities are before you start spending your money and making these brands get richer. I want you to use your money and make yourself rich first. So before you start buying these things just to show it off to your friends on social media, take the same money that you would spend on these brand name stuff and invest it. This way, you're making yourself wealthy first. Number 7. Not prepared for a financial emergency. I've already talked about having some saving as a financial cushion that you can always fall back on. That's the first thing that you would need to do to protect yourself from an emergency. Now, the second thing you want to make sure that you do is you want to have some insurance, because we live in a world that is very litigious. And so you want to protect yourself or your company from anything that could potentially go wrong. If you're starting a side hustle or starting a business, make sure you get yourself some insurance for that. You want to make sure you have the basics such as health insurance, car insurance, and homeowners insurance. It's a pain to pay for these insurance, but you want to protect yourself against any type of worst case scenario situation. Number 8, you do not value your time. Your time is your most valuable asset. You can't be willingly giving it away to others freely. This can prevent you from prioritizing your own wants and needs. It's like making deposit in everyone else's bank account and you are never putting any in your own. Whether you realize it or not, here are a few ways you are signaling to others that your time isn't valuable. Number 1, you say yes to everything. Number 2, you easily get distracted. Number 3, you're on call 24/7 thanks to smartphones. It is expected that we answer emails or texts as soon as we receive them. That's just unacceptable. We all need time to disconnect. Establish boundaries like office hours. If someone emails you at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, they know they're not going to see a response until Thursday. Number 4, stick to time limits. If you have a meeting scheduled for 30 minutes, that's the length of the meeting. Number 5, you allow tardiness. Whether you're meeting a client for a lunch or calling a financial planner at a scheduled time, make it be clear that late is unacceptable. When others disrespect your time, you lose valuable time to work on your goals. Number 9, you live the YOLO lifestyle. Nowadays when we talk about YOLO lifestyle, there are 2 different things we are talking about. One is spending, which is the traditional lifestyle, and the second is investing. The traditional YOLO lifestyle was all about spending. Life is short, so you go and have the vacation right now. And you buy that nice Benz because life is short. Who cares about debt? Because eventually you're gonna die, and so might as well have the nice things and enjoy life today. Yeah, life is short. You're gonna die, but you're going to live today and tomorrow, and you're going to be the one paying the bills. Now, the second new generation of YOLO lifestyle is, I got a little bit of money, maybe at $10,000, maybe at $20,000, and you want to turn this money into something big in a short period of time. So you take all this money and YOLO it into a stock, hoping it will 10x by next week. And before you know it, some people dump their entire life savings into a stock, simply because they want to see their money grow as fast as possible. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but are you willing to take that financial risk? And that right there is the definition of gambling. Number 10, not subscribing to my channel and not sharing the content with your friends. Thank you for watching.